Hi.
Welcome back, everybody.
How you
So-
doing?
Welcome back to A Tale of Dice. So, let's jump into the game once more. Our heroes had just arrived at the Catenian Merc Compound and learned of two things. First, that one of their associates, Violora Moran, had been here and left them a little note to ask them to aid her in one of her other endeavors, this time to retrieve an artifact from the Cragged Hills in the province that our heroes now are in. But to actually figure out how the job would work and to meet up or get any further details, they would have to talk to Grovey Starstone, which was probably some sort of magic user here at the Catenian Merc Compound, which Violora told them could help them in their endeavor. But next to that, the actual reason why they got towards this mercenary compound in the first place was to follow in the footsteps of Dagwood, the friend of Iroh who left their monastery long ago and has been missing ever since. Iroh has learned that Dagwood came here to find some aid in the hunt of a unicorn while he was somehow sickly ill, which was a no-go, honey. Like, unicorn killing? Nuh-uh, it's not good. So there was something amiss. But even though that the Catenian Mercs didn't aid him in his quest of the hunt of the unicorn, they did send him on his way to find some new answers. Far, far to the east, to the old ranger kingdoms of the humans that lived here long ago, which in their time, in their prime, I should say, were very in tune with nature, and as such should probably know a little bit or two about the unicorns that would live in the glades and protect different parts of the forest and mountain area. With these two leads, the pack is now ready to begin their day once again. Although there's also this one last thing that is still pecking at their mind. In their previous adventures, where they purged a shadowy scourge from the land, our heroes still hold two talismans that came from the creatures that were spreading this corruption, and shards of what they now seem to have learned are shards of an egg that they destroyed underground. So, pack members, you wake up in a beautiful inn that is at your disposal as you are welcomed within the Catenian Merc compound. You spend a few coins to have a beautiful breakfast and are seated together to discuss the rest of your adventures. What would you like to do?
First off, people also learn that Allison can be a dick if she wants to.
They did indeed. They did indeed.
He's not just a pussy.
also- Allison has
He can
ticked
also annoy
off
the
all the
fuck out of
genitalia.
people.
Allison
But-
has ticked off all the genitalia. Very good.
As we come together at the table, how's your hangover, Gukal?
The hangover, it is in my head, but recall feel good.
You do.
Yes.
You were very far off yesterday.
Yes, many drinks, and I think, maybe after battle, drinking, becomes stronger, you know?
Do you remember what we discussed on the table as well?
I remember Danny was there.
Nothing about like a dragon that you killed?
No, nothing about dragon, I think.
The,
Well,
We
The shadow dragon you killed?
the
you don't
second
remember?
dragon?
Did we kill Shadow Dragon?
No, you killed the
You
shadow
did.
dragon.
When?
When we were fighting for the giants on our quest there, you killed a shadow dragon.
Go ahead and make a deception check, Allison.
Can Iroh aid me?
I will
I
aid
don't-
him.
Yeah, very well.
Oh, now they're friends again.
Well, he was in on this.
So that's just a plain 13?
Yeah, so you need to make a 20 on your deception check, and if you make a 20, then Allison gets a +1 bonus. So
On my
did you make
deception check?
Yeah, so a deception check for you.
Probably, yes. Let's have a look.
Are you trained in deception? I feel like Iroh is trained in deception with how often he
Yeah, that's
plays.
a 23.
23. All right, so I do have 2 anti-lucks in my reserve, purely spent to spend on Iro. So get ready for that. But okay, so the 8 check comes through. I'm gonna save these anti-lucks for when they really matter.
Okay, my deception check is an 18, so that's probably a 19 then with Iro.
Do I make a perception check, or is it against my perception DC?
This is against your perception DC.
When we fought for giants, we killed Shadow Dragon.
Yes, you don't remember?
I do not remember. No.
Well,
Well,
I believe with your perception check you made it, right? Didn't you? Oh crap! You just didn't make it. Damn.
I do not remember, but
Krakal, you shouldn't drink so much, man.
Yeah.
do I not remember battle with Dragon with Spawn of
Apparently.
Baal?
Apparently. Like, do you remember this? And I take out a portion of the crystal, well, the egg.
Yes.
That's kind of small, and kind of could represent a skill. This is a trophy of our kill. I put it on the table.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I shattered the thing. I feel like
Yeah, like you would go ahead and make a perception check real quick.
that's
See
a
if you
12
recognize
plus
it.
7.
Yeah, so
So
this
19.
is not a scale. This is that black orb thingy that you
Yeah.
shattered. That hollow black orb thingy that you shattered.
This is from crystal that I struck with my axe.
Yeah.
Are you lying to me, Allison?
Don't you remember that this dragon had this at its core? It's a shadow dragon after all.
Ooh, go ahead and make a deception check. And this is going to be a very hard one because this is a blatant lie. Like this is yeah.
He's trying though. Oh yeah, no. He's that's a natural 2 for an 11.
Boo! Nah, Krukal, you got this. Allison is lying through his teeth.
Wait. Are you, Allison, lying to me?
Okay, you got me. But Krakal, please don't stop drinking this much, man. Like, this is not healthy for you.
It is bad,
Yeah, it's really bad.
but why is it so fun? And why do they sell everywhere?
Well, because it sells well. Like, people enjoy the night, but on your body and on your mind, it's not a good thing. Don't you feel that headache right now?
Eh.
I don't think you would actually.
Allison does not know that you have this feat.
Grakal feel a bit tired, but we need food. Maybe that it. Grakal feel good. Grakal feel very good. Grakal learned many new lessons from Kornak.
You did.
And yes, Kornak and Grakal, we did many fighting. And he taught me he showed how to use weapon better.
Allison is a little bit disappointed, but then he's just, okay, this attempt did not work, maybe the next time. And he's like, okay, all right, battle plans.
We should talk to whatchamacallit again.
Grovey. Yeah. For the quest file Laura gave us, we have to go to Grovey. Did you learn anything about that?
Yeah, I did. So apparently he came here.
Yeah, you were asking about rangers in this
Yeah,
east?
he went to the east, to like the old ranger kingdoms.
Okay, that's far away.
Yeah. And is the quest the Crooked Hills or Cracked Hills? where Phylora wants us to go. Is that like en route or?
Do I have any idea?
You don't really know the lay of the land that well, that you would actually know like the actual names and stuff here.
We would have to
It's new
ask
territory.
for a map.
Yeah.
They probably have a map around here somewhere. Very, very likely.
Then we, I think we should find him. I think we should go talk to that Kofi guy.
Okay, let's talk to
And then,
Grofy. But at least recall, I was messing with you earlier. But this crystal that you shattered, apparently it was actually an egg. I just learned that yesterday. So, do you have any idea if this could be a dragon's egg?
Do I? What
Go
kind of
ahead and
check
make
would
it.
that be?
I would say go ahead and make a lore hunting check, because you're akin to hunting lore. Hunting dragons should be something that your tribe knows.
Okay. So that's just a straight up +1 check.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna spend one of my hero points because this is a
Hey,
natural.
there we go.
Yeah, this is a natural 7, and I don't like that.
Let's see if we can get a better one.
And that would be a natural 14 for 15.
Ooh, for 15. So, you think back on how this orb thingy actually looked like. There are a couple of hints that I at least can give you. One thing that you know is that dragon eggs from different types of dragons come in very, very different shapes. So different shades, I would say. Like the size is somewhat similar to all of them, but they all come in very different shades or patterns. The orb itself wasn't really egg-shaped, but it had the size of it. So maybe it could be an egg of some sort of dragon that you do not know yet, or it could be an egg of some other creature. Hard to say.
Dragon eggs, not always same. Sometimes I find we found big eggs when hunting dragon, but always sometimes with skin like mine, and sometimes not. I do not know.
The thing I'm a bit concerned about is that it didn't actually contain anything except for the shadow that came rushing out. So either it was some shadow, it might have been a shadowy creature. I do not know those creatures very well. I haven't learned about them yet. Ghost
eggs.
Ghost eggs.
Okay, but that's at least a clue that we have. We could ask about the talismans as well, somewhere around here. Let's ask Rofi as well. Okay, I walk up to a merc.
To a what?
To a merc.
To a merc. So here on the breakfast tables, it's not hard to find some people. You walk up to Resin, the one that actually let you into the compound itself. Allison, what up?
Yes, we were wondering where we could find Rofi.
Grover? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an appointment?
Does a letter by the Cerulean Circle count?
Thank God for that. You're gonna need that one. Lead with that. He doesn't like to be interrupted, I guess. But
he sounds like a busy man.
Well, he thinks he is. What you want to do is walk right up to the second door of the large stone slab that enters into the mountain, and just stand there and call for him, I guess.
I thought we weren't allowed to enter the mountain.
No, but if you have an invitation, then at least he'll be angry walking up to you, lead with the letter, and you'll calm him down. I hope.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool.
And if we don't?
Luck. Sorry?
And if we don't?
And if you don't? Well, good luck.
Is he gonna hex us?
He doesn't like to spend all his magical powers on runners by. And most people that walk up to him want a little bit of his magic power to use. So he's a little bit cranky about that. But yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the letter. Thanks.
Very good.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, you too. as he takes a look at Grukal, all there, like in his full plate, completely healthy, and he's like, "Motherfucker."
I don't know either. I don't know either.
All right, and with that, you guys exit the actual tavern into the cold mountain air and walk up towards the stone entrance. As you walk up to the actual mountainside, as the Catenian Merc Compound is just like a steep mountainside with one large semicircle wall all around it. Oh, is my internet
that's
still
fine.
okay? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, a little
and-
bit of a crack, but
Yeah, a little bit of a crack right now, right? Yeah. So, and the stone slab itself has all these different holes in it, all different types of windows. As you can see, that the actual, growth of the compound continues inside the mountain. You guys walk up a very large, wide, 20 meters wide staircase until you get to one of, in total, 4 different entrances into the mountain. And you can actually see that there is this gigantic hall all the way inside it with large pillars 40 meters high to actually envelop this entirety of the space. You can see that on the left and on the right side in this gigantic hall there are all different types of doors, and as you are standing there in the hall, just before the hall, not entering it because, even now that you're standing here, a couple of people that are walking over the compound itself are also keeping a close eye on what are they doing?
I
But you seem
hold
to be
my
in the open.
letter. I hold my letter at least in my hand. Okay, guys. Do you mind if I would do the talking on this for a little bit? Because this guy apparently is rather grumpy, and I think I might get through to him.
You'll lead. I will follow. If I have any questions, then I will politely try to
Yeah, try and keep politely.
put them on the end.
Grikal's just putting this large loaf of bread in his mouth, still chewing on it, that he took from breakfast.
And basically, people. The guy said I would just had to call for him, or what was the idea?
Yeah, just yell out, like stand here and just yell out for him, and he'll hear you, and he'll come get you at the door, quote unquote.
Groovy!
For the last time, being hungover is not a good reason to spend my motherfucking spell slots on the restoration. Boom, the door, the second door from the left, whips open, and out comes this very broad-shouldered dwarf. He has a silver and white robe on with drapes over his left and right shoulder. You can see that the very long reddish blonde hair is beautifully braided with all different types of rings and knickknacks. He has large earrings in. He seems to be a very decorated, magical type of figure. What's that? Who are you?
Alison Artano. We're here on behalf
And who the fuck should...
on the Cerulean Circle.
On the Cerulean
should-
Circle.
You should read this letter.
Oh, what is this? Oh, Violora. Lovely lass.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, welcome. Come in.
Thanks.
Oh,
Grikal kind of whispers,
but not quite to Iroh. All the little broad men speak like that.
Yeah, but that's just.
And they have
That's just
They
Wouter's
all-
vocal range.
they all have same accent.
Yeah,
Beard.
yeah, but even the women.
Well,
Scarra
just
didn't
gonna
have a
fly
beard.
this actor, okay?
Scarra didn't have a beard.
Maybe not, Danny. Explains much.
Not Danny.
Ah,
Maybe Danny.
Maybe.
Like
Danny.
30% chance for being Danny. All right. So
But yeah, we follow Grovey.
as the second door on the left is opened again and Grovey walks in, you can already hear him from just inside the room. Well, come on, get in. I don't have all day.
That's very well.
So, I see. Yes, Violora, she came here just a week ago by use of the teleportation circle we have here. Cerulean Circle has some benefits here at least. Lovely glass, very polite. She asked
Yeah.
me to at least aid you a little bit in your endeavors. is there anything specific that you would like to know from her? Because I do have a sending spell at the ready, which I
you-
would use to just inquire where she is. That was one of the things that she asked me to actually tell you. Is there
If
anything
you
else?
could also include that we're very willing to help her and that we are asking for a location where we can meet up. Just
Well,
be efficient.
she does seem to have her insight because she already said that you would be willing to aid her. But she was right. All right. Anything else, or just a meetup location?
To spare you some magical essence, I think that will do.
And
We
what,
don't want to
what
waste
it
your
ent-
time.
what it entails, what we're gonna do,
Huh.
or was that in the letter?
Some details. But, well, I do not know the letter itself. I mean, I just gave it to Glenn and he gave it to you, I suppose. So,
We went so quick. How did Fialora come here before us and then leave again?
magic.
Ugh, I do not like that answer.
No, but, thank you, lad. That's,
I know how precious magic can be. So
Quite, yes. From his breast pocket, he gets out this very small glasses with this large dwarven nose, almost eclipsing the glasses itself, as he takes a look at the letter once more. All right, then details on the thing. If you would just give me a moment, as he whiffs his hands, and a couple of purple-blue glyphs seem to emanate from his hands, and then just flare up all at the same time, and then dissipate, as he seems to be focusing, like looking in the distance while he completes his sending spell. All right. At the moment, she is waiting for you all in Quenya. Quenya is a small village at the banks of the Ethel, a river, approximately, I'd say, 200 miles to the east from here, and is basically the border of where the Cracked Hills start, which is the place where she needs your aid with all of that. Details about the... Oh, very interesting. All right, she just sent me something back. The details of the item in question, it seems that some sort of, well, magical weapon has been lost, and it seems that the perpetrators seem to be some sort of sylvan or fey entities in the Cracked Hills, or at least so the signs point. And she is asking all of you to meet her in Quenya, and from there on enter the Cracked Hills to search for this item. Although she will not be accompanying you, I believe.
sure not.
No,
Okay.
it seems that she has other business.
Interesting.
So
But we'll discuss that with her.
I can. Well, I guess I could spare one last sending to ask for or inquire for a reward or risk assessment. if
That
you will.
would be very, very. We would be very thankful.
Very well done. Again, arm motions, glyphs, flare up, stares into the distance. Huh. Well, I hope you guys like to be paid in magic items.
Well, we don't mind.
I think we do.
Hmm.
Any
Then-
specifications?
She mentioned general utility items, which I do not really know how to interpret. But
General utility items.
God.
Sorry.
But knowing that, like a couple of magic items, even if they don't actually benefit you immediately, they can always be sold for a petty price.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sounds good.
Thank you for your help.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
can I tell her that you guys will be joining her then?
Definitely.
Yeah,
We're heading
good.
east anyway, so this is this on the road.
yeah.
Huh.
What do you think, Hannah?
Hannah
Yes,
has been very quiet. Now Hannah has been talking to all of the other different mercs with her own little conversations about. Well, she can tell us herself, I think, because she's still in the chat, right? Crystal, you're still here.
Probably is.
If you have anything you want to do at the mercenary compound, throw it in chat and we'll know. No, but the risk assessment was basically that you are right for the job.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Anything we could do with?
Excuse me?
Well, I'm not sure. Do you keep track of the assignments of the mercs? I'm not sure if we help the mercenaries with something.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that the jobs for the Catenian Mercs are for the Mercs only, lad. But
Fair enough.
very, very helpful of you. Huh.
We have question. May Grakal ask question? I look at
Of
Allison,
course.
not at the dwarf.
Of course,
you
here it
should
comes.
ask. You should ask him.
Yes, I may ask question.
Out with it.
We kill Grakal kill what Ellison says is Shadow Dragon egg.
Huh.
But we do not know for sure if it is Avatar of Badao, the great shadow dragon who wishes to bring death upon the world. Would you please?
But recall, we shouldn't be wasting this good sir's time with this. Like, this is nothing for him to do, all right?
No, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. I have some services at my disposal that I am willing to part with against a sum of gold coins for my time.
How much would
If-
that cost us?
Now, if you want me to identify certain items for you, that can be done. Let me just get out my ledger with the prices, which is not called Pathfinder 2 cheat sheet whatsoever. Let's see here. Spell
He seemed like smart man. That is why I ask.
spellcasting services. There we go.
Probably one of the smartest here at the mercs.
Ooh, and the IQ of the mean mercenary just went up, it seems. Spellfinder, that was the name. There we go. Just need to look up what an identify spell costs. Identify. Ooh, that was a loud sound.
Burp, burp. Windows had something to say to you.
Yeah. Identify. It's called identify, right? Also in this
Probably.
beautiful game.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it even a
Is it-
spell in this, but
Or is it? Oh wait, no. It's. Or is it just detect magic in this one, or detect magic aura?
Is it?
or something? Basically,
I don't know, man. I'm
for
just
this one, I'm just gonna say-
champion barbarian.
For this one, I'm just gonna say it's a first level spell that you'll need to buy off of him, because all of those spells are first level. And
if it's
that'll
detect
cost
magic,
you-
then Hannah can do it. But
Oh yeah. Well, so to identify the magic item, I'm just gonna call it a first level spell. I'll look it up later. So it's gonna cost you 3 gold pieces.
do we
just like
have
first
three
time
gold
in
pieces?
Iro.
Oh no, I have a bag of 50 silver pieces. I hand over 30.
Hey, there you go.
That's better.
Well then, which one? The talisman or the crystal? Bag
The
thingy.
talisman, please. We know a bit about the crystal already, but this talisman is very weird.
Very good. Allow me. In this small chamber, he has this large desk set up at the back of the room, where he walks up to, and he has this small, what do you call it, like mat that he rolls out with here and there some small glyphs on it, as he begins to cast a beautiful ritual spell to identify the magic. As the talisman is set in the middle of it, as he continues the incantation, you can hear his low dwarvish voice rumble a little bit. As he completes the incantation, the talisman begins to float in the air a little bit, turns around a little bit, and you can actually see that the very small red gemstones inside of it begin to light up ever so slightly. And as the incantation finishes, all the information can almost be read in the eyes of Grovey, as you can actually see his eyes light up in purple lights as he darts all across to, basically absorb all of the information that the spell is giving him. Huh. Well, interesting. This item is twofold, actually. First off, it seems to be some sort of funnel, so to speak.
Mhm.
It isn't a container as much as it is a way to project one's image from some more powerful source somewhere else. Like, what did you say? What did you say happened with these things?
Well, basically, we ran into some shadowy roguish types, and after we killed them, they vanished into air and dissipated into these crystals, into this. Yeah.
Look like Iroh, but gray skin and shadow and red eyes, and they make everything black. Even my torch could not. And
Oh,
then there was the big crystal, and I point at the crystal, and it makes all the giants in Jotun sad.
Yep.
And Grekal destroyed it with all of my anger, and then everyone in Jotunheim became happy again, and they liked us. Now we are great friends with giants.
well, that's quite a story. Well, it
Yes.
seems that those people that you slew weren't actually people at all. It seems that what you vanquished was only their projection, pushed through this talisman into being where you found them.
Like an avatar of a dark god who brings his power from the heavens below.
Well, an avatar, yes, but not from a dark god. I mean, this is done on a much smaller scale, it seems. No offense, but
Good.
it was actually an avatar of a dark god. I doubt that. Never mind. However, there is a second mechanic in this little device. Tell me, does any one of you possess some sort of magic to deal negative energy?
I'm looking at Hannah. Maybe Hannah does.
Hannah, do you have like a harm spell or something? I think you would.
No.
I have only positive energy.
She can cast it.
Yeah.
But she hasn't done anything like that yet.
Harm spell. Yeah, there's a spell called Harm, which is basically just frick up living creatures or heal undead creatures. It's basically the opposite of heal. You don't have it? Well, you're gonna want to imbue this little item right here with a little bit of that magic. If you want to, indulge a little bit further, another 3 gold pieces, and I'll pump a spell into it if you like.
I'm very just now. I'm just looking at Crystal, at Hannah.
Yes.
Like, do we have
No.
something of that kind?
I believe that Crystal can
There- as
prepare the
a
harm
druid,
spell
you-
if she'd like.
Yeah, as a druid, maybe not harm itself, but other negative energy spells should be viable for druid. Like blight is one, but that's a higher level probably.
Yeah.
So
No, then it's gonna be difficult for Hannah to do that. But because she can't cast harm. She can't cast harm.
Okay.
Only heal.
Fine, I will do this. And I grab
6 golden coins from the backpack that's leaning on my large tail.
It's
And
only
I-
3, right?
It's only 3 this time, yes.
no, but
Oh, the total.
also
But the identifier-
the egg.
Ah,
I give it a shot.
yes. Very good.
If
Hold on.
if you can, with the magic.
I think I'll be okay. First off, as he coalesces this dark, almost black energy into his hand with like this purple hue at the side of it, he lets it go in a controlled burst into this small little talisman. And what you can perhaps can remember is that the talisman was shaped like this. Like, I'm gonna
Diamond
draw it
shaped.
very bad. Like basically like this, like a cylinder,
Ah, yeah.
but it seemed to have like folded wings in front of it with the two beady eyes as the small red little dots. And as the negative energy of this spell enters the small talisman, the red eyes light up and the two wings that it has unfold and reveal a small little piece of scripture. Right, tell me. Huh. Well, that's the second use, I guess.
Can I read it?
What languages do you speak?
Elfish, Common, Sylvan, and Giant.
Nothing that you recognize.
Draconic?
Can I?
Also, no Draconic.
Well, common, halfling, or gnomish.
Common, halfling, or gnomish, all no, I'm afraid.
Can I then make a scribing check to see what language it is?
You can. You very well can. Go ahead.
That's gonna be a 21.
It's 21. Nice. You have seen these types of scriptures before. It is a language that is not spoken anywhere on this plane originally. It seems that all the different signs that you have taken so far from your endeavors with this faction all seem to point to one place. This is a language that is only spoken by people within the Shadowfell.
Figured as much.
It is called Shadowspeak, and it's basically their common tongue.
Do you tell this us?
Yeah, I do. This
Trophy, good fella, do you by any chance know of anyone, or maybe yourself, that can speak this language?
Not myself, I'm afraid.
Shadow
I don't-
Bell.
Yes.
Is that the world you speak of
So-
below mountains?
We have the Feywild. The Shadowfell is basically the clear opposite of that. Where the Feywild
Aye.
is very chaotic, the Shadowfell is very, well, let's say, lawful in some way. It's
structure.
No. You
No.
see, look. You got it. You guys, I'm glad you're trying, laddie, but no. We have this place right here, and we basically are governed by two large forces: a positive one and a negative one. One that brings change, life, energy; the other that brings death, lethargy, and stagnation. These two forces are what we call the Feywild and the Shadowfell. They are basically just as. Have you heard of that the actual elements that make up this world also have their own planes of existence? Like the fire plane and the water plane and so forth. In the same way, these two energies also have their own wells of origin. And those are the Feywild and the Shadowfell. The Shadowfell is a place of negativity, like of dread, of sorrow, of death, undeath. A lot of that over there. A place where energy dies itself. And whatever creatures you run into, well, if they didn't hail from that place, at least they spoke that language.
Do you by any chance know of a faction of Fey creatures that would be fighting the Shadowfell?
Well, technically, all of them. I mean,
Thought as much.
that is opposite against each other as you can be. But because they're so opposite from each other, normally they also like you give each other a wide berth. If they are actually, how do you ask this question? Were fake creatures fighting these shadowy folk that you talked about?
Pretty much.
Came
And
for
they-
us. I ate one of them.
Yeah, they attacked us because we had this.
Huh. Well, I can tell you one thing. Fake creatures won't like anything that comes from the Shadowfell. Per definition, they're polar opposites.
All right.
But why they would actually make hunt on each other, that's another question entirely.
It is.
Thank you for your
Please.
time.
Show us what egg is.
Yes. Well, at least I can try. No backsies, as he takes the shards of the egg and actually gets all the shards of your egg all together. Because if you want to identify something, you probably want everything of it and not just like a fraction. Like you have this one shard of an entire table. Tell me it's a table. That's going to be more difficult to actually have an entire table.
Splinter.
The same ritual is done, and you can see that now not all the different crystal pieces, all the different eggshells begin to float, but just a couple of them begin to float, and the rest begin to vibrate on the cloth that he has set down there. And eventually, he also finishes the spell. I'm sorry. I can't really know anything more than what you already know. It seems that this was a shell of a living creature, but whatever it was, it's gone. Now my magic can't tell up or down from what actually was inside it. You said it was filled with shadow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's also from the Shadowfell then, but that's just a clear speculation from my part.
Could it be like something manifesting?
Manifesting?
Yeah, like something from the Shadowfell trying to get to our plane of existence?
Well, if they embedded the ground with an egg from their plane, doesn't seem too unplausible. Like if you want to increase your influence, let something birth and grow over here, I guess. Although with the size of this egg and the effects that the actual ground was already being corrupted, must have been a mighty thing that was inside of this.
Yeah.
All right. The scripture on the thing. Is it still out there, or
Yeah,
did
so
it
basically-
close again?
No. Basically, what you saw is that the talisman itself had just opened up with negative energy, and now it has its wings spread out, and has the scripture in 4 different places. Because basically, it's now opened up to reveal a statue more akin to a bat of some sorts. You can actually see that it has 2 small 3-toed feeties on the bottom, and you can see that the face itself is also with those bat ears to the side, and so the wings on each side are divided into 2 pieces. The upper arm and the other arm, so to speak. And so you have 4 different rows on each side.
Okay. Alison is gonna ask Iro, do you have another piece of paper with you? And a pen.
I think I do, and I
Pencil.
scribble through my inventory and I pull out some paper and
How much
pencil.
I'm basically gonna put the paper against it and just gonna try and get the scribbles in the
Transcribe
paper.
it.
Yeah.
Right. So go ahead and make a.
Or
I
I'll
guess this
ask
would be-
Iro to do it, I guess.
I think I will
He's
do
better
it
at
with
this.
my,
Yeah, it's a scribe. Yeah. Go ahead and make a lore scribe check for me.
So that's 20.
20. You take a look at it. It has some minor flaws, but it seems to be pretty close. It's difficult because you only know what language it is, you don't speak it, but you do understand enough of it to actually know if it is a good copy or not. So you take a look at it. Yeah, this would suffice.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Grovey. I think we're just gonna have a walk around and ask if there's someone that might actually speak this language.
Well, good luck finding it. But
Any scribes around at the Mercs as well?
well, you're looking at him.
Fair.
Fire Laura can help. She very she know many people, yes?
Aye.
How much would it cost for you to cast a spell that would make you able to read this?
Well, first I'll need another day because I don't have it prepared. But I think That would cost you another. Let me get my cheat sheet out again. Another 7 gold pieces for that one.
Okay, in that case, we're first going to have a look around. Maybe someone knows. And we might
Okay.
actually return to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're going to be hard pressed to find someone.
Figured.
Well,
All right,
good luck
at least
nonetheless.
thanks a lot for your time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
sounds
good.
good.
And lad, what did you say your name was?
Alison Artano. Do you know the name?
I do now.
My
Very good.
if you want, I could let you have contact with my family. My family, I have a mother that's a very good, enchantress. Might be interesting to have contact with her.
Well, now you're pushing your boundaries, lad. I'm not here to do business.
Very well.
The Catenian Mercs have their own contacts.
Very well.
But you go on ahead now. Keep your manners the way they are.
Will do.
Hmm.
Have a good day.
Likewise.
So,
And good travels, wherever they may take you.
Things
luck
of poor
with,
now upon you.
And I walk away.
Good luck with everyone trying to have their headache removed.
Fireball will set them on others' thoughts. Okay, back to work. Good day. All right. As you exit the stone hallway here, hold out into the mountain, you step outside back into the cold mountain air as the sun is now just starting to crest just on the one side of the large mountain range that is like stretching out to the north of you, to the east and west. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna shout, someone has a map of Artelos.
No. Well, yes, but not I can show you yet. So what you actually can find out rather quickly is that basically what you'll have to do is you will have to travel approximately 150 to 200 miles further to the east. What you can do is you can do two things. You could travel across the same path that you were trailing right now, basically like hugging the mountainside. Or what you could also do is go just a little bit southward and enter the Evermist Pine Forest. The Evermist Pine Forest is very thick, although you will first travel along a small place known as Hazelglade, which is also a provisioning town for the Catenian Merc Compound itself. And from there on out, you could travel further through the thick forest also, if you'd prefer. However, that will be the only real settlements that you will be able to find until you actually reach Quenya along the river Ethel, what I said, like 200 miles to the east.
How many days would this be?
200 miles, if we take a look at the table,
I don't want to
which
bore the
says
call
travel
too much.
speed. I think it's going to be like a large week, like 8 or 9 days,
okay.
I believe. I believe that you
doable.
guys were able to travel like 24 miles a day on foot.
I have no idea.
Although if you wanted to, you could also go to Hazelglade and see if you can get some horses.
Do I have any idea how much horses would cost to rent?
Let's see.
And that would basically mean that we had to return afterwards to deliver them back. So I'm not sure if that's the best idea because we wanted to go further south after this.
Well, you
Well,
could
so-
buy horses.
Yeah.
You could just buy them. That would be the clearest case. Like if you
I
want to make a round
think-
trip, then you can hire them. But this would be more like a buy situation, I guess.
I think going on foot wouldn't be too bad. Do you guys agree?
Well,
We
depends
could-
on how much a horse would cost.
Very true.
Let's
I
take a
think
look, shall we?
horse is too tiny, but Grikal and also I think Hannah like to walk through forest and hunt while we
Hannah
walk.
could also just polymorph herself into a horse every day.
Yeah.
Like as a druid, she can just turn herself into a horse if she'd like and carry someone on top of her. That's a question
I
for her,
wouldn't.
not.
I wouldn't mind walking either. I could look for herbs, etc. on the road. So that's definitely a thing I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but I think we would be quicker on horse. I mean, we can still look around.
We
The
would
horse only
definitely be
goes as far.
quicker, but do we want to be quick? That's the question. Like, do we want to take the time, or do we want to be quick? Like, there's a lot of things to see around here. Do we want to just hasten through?
There is, but there's also a lot of things that could see us. I think.
I think that. I think, and I'm looking at Gricol. I think he wouldn't mind that. Experience.
Here we go. A riding horse will go away for 8 gold pieces, or you could actually get a war horse, and that would run you 30 gold pieces normally. Although,
I think we do not have that kind of money anymore.
No.
We
So you were
spent
talking
our-
about walking.
Yeah.
yeah, like and then it's also like that is the base price, but like a small place is Hazelglade, as it is a small township. If a couple of people just walk up and want to buy 4 horses or something, that might actually run you at a minor like at more. Like they
What-
might not actually want to part with all of their horses, because
What
they
I would like to ask if there are any assignments to the east, and if we could join up with a party to basically form a caravan.
the Catenian Mercs will not allow anybody
No,
outside
not
the
join
mercenary
them on
company
their quest,
to.
but on the travel.
To travel with them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. A natural 1 will give you a no, I'm afraid.
Okay. Fair.
I'm sorry.
Or just a very annoying person that we want to part ways of in like literally 10 minutes.
Like a very filthy, perverted person is going there.
I will meet you at gate in some minutes. Gricol will say goodbye to Cornac.
Very well. Is there
Alright, so-
anything else that we could do at the Mercs that we still want to?
So do we want to have that text translated?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna ask around if there are any people that know the language of the Shadowfell.
I'm afraid that they don't. The Shadow Speak is not known among the Catenian Mercs at this moment, at this place. Although there are a lot of places where you could go, where you could actually find someone who speaks that language. Basically, a lot of the somewhat larger towns would be able to accommodate for that. Quenya
but there-
itself isn't like a large town; it's a medium-sized town. But perhaps the clergy in there might have something. It has a chance. Like it's not a language that is spoken here on this plane. Like Sylvan is spoken by a lot of the elves, because basically the Feywild is much more akin to the good aligned nature of society. So because of that, like their speech comes through a little bit, but Shadow Speak is not on that same scale.
All right. In that case,
Maybe
Allison,
Vylora. Maybe Vylora knows somebody.
The Cerulean Circle, yeah, Frialora would most definitely have an entire network where she could get this translated within.
and she probably also carries a scroll for it. So you could ask her.
Yeah. Well,
And via Laura like us. Maybe she do it for us.
Well,
Yeah.
you can also stick around for another day and just throw 7 gold pieces at Grovey, and then he prepares a spell.
We don't have that kind of money.
Well, we do.
Hmm.
We don't want to part with it right now, though. Like not
It
for
is-
this, right?
It is like
It's a lot of
most
money.
of our gold.
It's like 700 euros to
Pretty much,
transcribe
yeah.
to
Yeah.
translate a little text. Like that's insane.
Well, to translate literally everything you want with magic,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
So I think we're just gonna head out, and there were only like two towns where we could head right now, right? Like
Yeah,
on,
so-
on
so
our way
you
to
can-
Quenya.
Well, you can choose to hug the mountain, and then you won't find any township, or you can choose to go south and through the forest to the Evermist Pine Forest, and then you will find Hazelglade when you go south, and then you go to the left from there on out, and then you will also not find anything. So it's basically what
What's
kind of
quicker?
locale would you? They should both be equal distance. It's like you go from here straight there and then to Quenya, or you go down here and then through the forest straight to Quenya? Just do you go down now, or do you go down later on?
I think the mountainside is more interesting. I think more things could happen there because it's so filled with elemental presences. And I think Hannah would enjoy that too.
I think the pine forest is also filled to the brim with stuff.
Allison now just starts thinking, oh yeah, in the pine forest there should be a lot of herbs that I can find. Oh yeah. Let's go through the pine forest.
All right.
And
basically
now
what you can...
Aro regrets what he said.
No.
Basically, what you can choose is the pine forest will be thicker with adventure, so to speak, because, well, as the name said, it also has a lot of cover for all types of things and beasties that might be hiding within it. Like where you are traveling now is just above the tree border. Like so, where you're traveling now, trees just can't grow anymore. So you have like this nice open stretch where this road is built, which gives you a nice vantage point to look out basically everywhere.
Let's go pine forest.
Yeah.
To make it easy
Yeah.
on ourselves.
I think also, and first get some provisions in that little town.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right. Very
so,
good.
Allison also wants to just say sorry to Skara and.
As you walk up to the tavern, you can find a couple of people, two of which are Cornac and Skara. Recall, technically you were first. You wanted to say goodbye to Cornac?
Yeah.
Recall, greetings. Have a good night. Yes.
Yes, very fun night. Thank you. I
Likewise.
think I learned new things. And the pack shall be leaving now for further hunts. This time we hunt for more creatures, more servants of Badao, and we hunt for a friend of Iroh.
Excellent. I think a friend. Are you hunting a friend or just searching for him?
I would say searching. Yeah.
I thought as much. Breakfast wine?
Allison say I should not drink that all the time.
Fair enough.
Allison looks a bit proud.
But thank you for offer. Maybe when you... Allison, where are we going?
East. What was the place? Quenya. Quenya, right?
Quenya.
We go to Quenya. If you fly on the great warrior beast, then you fly by us. Yes?
Aha! Well, I do not know if Sarah will take me that way for my new assignments, but if I need to go further east, I'm sure to have a nice little pit stop at Quenya to see how the pack is doing. Yes.
Yes. Also,
Great.
I shall pray to Kurnow. Maybe he grant me warrior dragon servant to fly upon, like you upon your beast.
Servant or partner?
I do not know that word.
It's me. He says it in Draconic.
Like friend, yes, but in fighting. Yes, the, we have name, Bragao, when we do the Bragao together. Yes.
Ah, yes, Bragao.
Okay. Thank you, Cornac.
Great sparring with you, Recall.
Yes, good friend.
May your journeys bring you more beautiful battles with dragons.
Yes, I shall slay many of them, and when I do so, maybe I think of you.
I would be on.
So Grikal proudly walks off, fulfilled with this conversation.
And Cornac also looks at you like, do you know the meme where it like slowly centers on the guy and he's just like that one? All right.
Fair enough.
Allison, at the same time, you walk off to Skara.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning. Sorry, I was such a hassle yesterday.
Yeah, sorry as well. I was going to. Look, I didn't mean any, you know.
Neither did I. Like we're trying to make a prank on each other, and I think we both succeeded.
I had fun.
And I basically, sure, I take one drink in the morning, I guess, just to align with her.
Call. you just told her, call. You shouldn't drink as much breakfast beer.
Like basically just
Very good.
one.
Just the one. Just the one.
Just the one.
You clink your tankard against hers. Drink it up.
Okay, now I know why I'm not drinking in the morning. Good to know again.
At least you're awake now. A little bit
Yeah,
woozy,
very
but
true.
awake. Very good.
Good luck
With
on your next
that-
hunt.
Yours as well.
Have a good time.
See,
Bye-bye.
see if you can turn up here sometime later. See if we can trade some more stories.
Good luck now.
This time not as a busboy and a very, very uncomfortable dwarf.
We can also still make a bet if you want.
No,
We
I
also
think I'm
have
fine.
Hannah.
I think I'm fine. No, like these bets can't be won with you guys. I already learned that. Good luck.
Was nice meeting you.
Greatest
Have a good time.
unintentional con men of the Empire.
Raisin
Okay,
also.
and I think,
Yeah. So as you guys walk up to the gate, Raisin is also the guy who actually opens it up once again and nods to all of you. Good hunting. As
Thank
you
you.
all leave the Catenian Merc Compound behind. You have 3 roads in total. A small open clearing just in front of the gate. One road to the east, one to the west, and one to the south.
And we came from
Yes.
the western one, right?
Yeah, you came from the western one, yes. So I believe that now your
we're going
travels
south
take-
then, right?
Very good. As you gaze up, you can already see that the Evermist Pine Forest gets its name from, well, what is seen. In this morning, you can just barely look, I would say, like a couple of 100 meters before the mist actually rises up from this thick pine forest, just starts out of nowhere with one like very abrupt tree line just beginning as you venture further and further down. And as soon as you enter it, you can already just feel yourself baffed with this very thick scent of fresh dirt, greenery, a little bit of rot in there here and there, but mostly just a forest in a beautiful, very lush life cycle.
It sounds like a perfect thing for Hannah.
I'm liking this
Yeah.
so much more than the swamp.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. So, as you
Although-
guys are leaving the empty open air of the mountains behind you, you take one last look as you enter this deep, dark pine forest. What is the things that you would like to do along the way?
As per usual, Allison's just gonna look around for things that he might find an interest.
As soon as you enter the forest, Allison just like darts into the shrubbery. Shh, whee, shh, shh, up and a go, further inward. As what is the rest of the party doing? Hannah is preoccupied also with the naturey sense and trying to get in tune with nature, you know.
I don't have much to do, so I just keep an eye out if anything weird is on our way. And aside from that, I just walk.
Very good. Well, for you.
So, first thing I would like to do as we enter the forest, I'm going to take 10 minutes to assess the area and make a survival check.
Ooh.
So, against the DC set by you. On
Alright.
success, I may attempt to recall knowledge with a -2 to learn about the animals that live here.
Oh, nice. I like that. Go ahead and roll that.
So my survival check is not a high roll. I still have 2 hero points, so I think I'm just gonna. This seems like a very large forest, so I would like to be prepared.
Mhm.
That is a natural 17, which is much better. So a 24.
Ooh, a 24. Very nice.
Thanks again
Alright.
for the hero points, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got all those negative rolls for Iro. So
I haven't been able to use
I got
mine
three in
either.
total. Iro, do something so I can make you fail. As
Well,
you guys
they
are
they
entering-
carry over between sessions, right?
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah! But I also just wanna I wanna have our viewers have the satisfaction of making Iroh fail this session as well.
Yeah, that's
So-
fair.
All of
Nah.
you are entering the forest, and as Allison already darts off into the thick shrubbery, you can see that the path that you are on is just, I'd say, like 3 meters broad. It is just like this one winding path through the forest, and sometimes you actually have to turn off a little bit because one large tree is in the way, and other times you actually have to squeeze through a place where it's actually like just barely empty enough to pass through, as the shrubbery is already trying to reclaim the nature that has been lost. And to the left and right of you, you sometimes have just like thick pine trees next to each other that give you a little bit of a view, but at some places you have like these very thick shrubberies also with like all different types of thorns on it, which makes it pretty hard to actually traverse. There are a lot of places in this forest which will be difficult terrain should you ever find yourself in a situation that is important. As you enter, and Allison is darting off to also get a little bit of a lay of the land, Grokal is trying to take a look at this forest and see what type of creatures might live here. You walk through the thicket a little bit, trying to find different footprints and whatnot, and easily enough, you find all different types of small animals that live here. You can find a couple of sets of footprints that are a little bit unknown to you, but with conversing with Allison and Iroh, the two people that actually are knowledgeable about this place, you learn that there are at least some wolves and wargs in this forest that take your attention. Next to that, there also seems to be a bipedal walking bird, which is a little bit odd. But let me just make a check for Hannah.
I can make a recall knowledge as well with the -2 penalty.
Yeah, well, this is the point. Like you found it, but there, per definition, you do not know this creature because it's
Okay.
like all the way over there. So I just wanted to see, like, can we get it from Hannah? Yeah, cool. So Hannah can tell you that these creatures would be known as axe beaks. They're bipedal birds with large beaks that are actually not like flat in the middle, but actually turn into like a sort of axe head that they use to attack, which is also a animal that is probably intense to encounter. And eventually you also find something that is not so nice. Thin points in the ground of a many-legged creature. I would guess 8-legged.
Nice.
And next to that, you can also find a lot of the normal type of creatures that you would think to find in a pine forest. So things like deer, like all different types of small rodents. They're pretty present in here. And as the forest is very thick, it's full of life.
Right. So my biggest question, what I want to use the recall knowledge for, is were I to encounter these 8-legged freaks or the wargs or the axe beaks, like what would be the best way to take them down? Do I want to wrestle them to the ground or just straight up attack them, stuff like that?
What you know of the different furt-like beasts, like you have some of those in the jungles where you hail from, and the same for the bird creatures. They're just creatures. They won't really do anything special. So dealer's choice, I guess, how you want to deal with those.
Okay.
However, the spiders, they are known to be a little bit more, tactical about their endeavors. They like to, first off, immobilize their prey, and then poison them.
Okay.
And only then would they actually resort to the physical violence that you are known for. So those are two things that you need to keep in mind. That they might immobilize you, and they will try to poison you. But you have a beautiful alchemical healer in your midst, in the form of Allison, which might aid you against poisons. And immobilized, well, those webs might be very annoying, but a little bit of athletics will rip those right off.
Perfect. Yeah, in that case, my tactics will be I'm gonna keep an eye out for clues, for any signs of spiders.
Very good. I'll give you a small bonus for this because you already knew what you were looking for beforehand. So now you can specifically keep a lookout for the dangers that it
For the tracks and the
offer.
feces and stuff
Exactly.
that would point out spiders.
Very
Yeah.
good. Nice. All right. So, as Grokal is relaying this knowledge to you, Allison, I would like you to make a perception check. And first, a question: is there something specific that you're looking for, or are you just doing a global search again, which will be harder to do?
I'm looking for linden trees.
Ooh, linden trees. Very good.
I just looked it up. That's why I was constantly staring to that way.
Yeah. You have a whole sheet of all the different types of flora and fauna that Allison knows of. So
Perception check, right?
Yes, perception, please.
25.
Ooh, 25. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll do it for you.
Nice.
So, as you guys are traveling this day, you take a little bit longer than necessary. Normally, it would take about like 6 hours to actually get to Hazelglade itself. But during your travels, you just keep going over this long, swirling road. Sometimes the shadow is getting very, very thick with the thicket of the pine trees overshadowing a little bit. But you also keep a close eye on any signs of life. And it seems that during this time, most life is actually giving you a broad way during your travels. Iro, I would like you to make a perception check, and Grokal, I would like you to make a perception check also to see if there's anything of interest that is on your way.
That's a total of 20.
Nice.
21.
21. All right. As you guys
Nice.
are traveling through this forest, eventually, Allison, you are keeping a lookout. It's very difficult to actually see very far in the trees, but you also don't want to leave your party members behind too much because it might be dangerous. However, eventually you see it. You can see a beautiful large tree, healthy and vagrant, bearing a large full head of green heart-shaped leaves, and you know that the sap of these trees might actually be something of a reagent that you might use. So, through the thicket, you see these beautiful heart-shaped leaves. You walk up to it and you start to gather the sap in your vial. So go ahead and make a crafting check for me to see how many thingies you might find.
Let's see. I think this is enough. That's a natural 11 for 24.
24? Ooh, very good. All right, yep. And with that, as you take out the dagger, you try to find like a nice place where one of the branches fell off previously, and you just push it in, and with that, the beautiful thick sap begins to run out and over your hands a little bit. You can already smell like the very sugary, very thick aroma of this tree filling one of the vials. As this is happening, Grokal, Iro, you are keeping a close eye on Allison, who's focused on this. Behind him, somewhere within the thicket, you can see shifting a figure. You think to yourself, like the whole checklist of all the different types of animals that you saw here, but none of those animals had shoulders. You both see what seems to be some sort of a humanoid shape. Just a little bit further.
I throw my spear. I run as quickly as I can and I throw my spear.
No!
All right. In that case, I think we're gonna jump in the initiative order right now. So,
Seriously? Already? Okay.
well, yeah.
What did we say about talking, Grokal?
So with that, as Grokal is just jumping off, I would like all three of you to make an athletics check to see how fast all of this is going. Oof, natural
Athletics?
19 on my side.
And the
Why
reaction-
athletics for us?
Iro, roll with disadvantage.
Why athletics?
Roll twice, and well, because Grokal is just like sprinting in the distance to find this one guy. So if you want to
Okay, but
interact with this whole,
Athletics?
you'll also have to run in it. Yeah,
So I stumble and I end up with a 14.
14. All right. So with that, as Grokal is beginning to run, you try to run after it, but Grokal is very tall. You are very small, so you're immediately like in the thicket, in the bushes, trouble to get actually to the scene of the crime.
I have a natural 17
Very good, very good.
plus 13.
Nice. 30.
So I'm very
That'll do it
quick.
for you.
Yeah.
All right, so
Like,
let's get the right music
Allison's
up.
busy. You wouldn't just run after. Like, what the fuck is going on?
No. But,
So,
but if you want to react to it, what is your athletics check?
I have a +0 on athletics. I don't even want to have athletics. But
No,
if,
but-
if
but
I'm
you-
forced to, I will.
You have a
Yeah,
plus
you'll still have to have a
0 on-
place in the initiative.
Wait,
3,
you have a
all right.
+0 on athletics?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
All right, so Grokal, how much was your athletics check?
30.
30. Jesus. Okay, so I had a natural 19. You're still sooner than this guy. All right. So
Well, I had a 17, so for what it's worth.
nice. So you run up through the thicket, and eventually you're in range. You can already see that this figure is trying to get up and to react, but you're quicker than him. The spear goes away. You wanted to throw it?
Yeah. I throw the spear.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
I wanna make it a non-lethal attack.
All right. It's
So
a magical
minus
spear.
4.
Sure.
Well, no, I mean I aim for the foot, you know,
Oh, right.
like that.
Is it? Can you do non-lethal attacks with range attacks? Like,
I don't know.
can you shoot a non-lethal arrow? Like,
I
can
don't
you
know.
screw
Like
a boxing glove on the top of it or something?
I mean,
Isn't there like
As he's saying, you can just aim for the leg. Like,
yeah, the
I'll
rules say -4 penalty.
All right. I'll say,
I would
yeah,
assume
go for it.
a -2 only. Oh, my bad. So yeah, that is a 14. No, wait, that's a 10. So that's a 9 plus 10 is 19.
19. Yeah,
Wait,
19.
how far away am I? That's actually something that matters.
Well, basically, the athletics check was to run up to the encounter. So what we're going to say is because he was a little bit too far away and you needed to run up. Basically, like the initiative order is you run up, and the one that run the fastest will get there first. So you are per definition in range, we're going to say.
Okay.
So you run up so close that you can actually throw your spear without a penalty.
Makes sense.
For a 19 to hit, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that one.
Sweet. Violence. That's a 4, 5, so 9 plus 4 is 13 damage.
13 points of damage. As you throw your spear, he goes tsink, and actually pierces this creature's leg, foot, whatever it is. You can't really see through the thicket that it was trying to hide in onto the ground, but you can hear tsink, as the spear retracts. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Natural 4, so I think this is a good point to use my last hero point. Thank you again so much, because, you know, my initial rolls keep being bad. And that's a 5. That hero point raised it by
You
1.
can't win every time. You
it's
can't win.
better. It's better.
That's a 12 total.
Oh, and you got a last one. You got another one right now.
Oh, sweet! I'm gonna spend it right away then.
I don't think you can.
No?
I don't think you can.
For this,
no,
one,
that makes
for this
sense.
one time, I'll allow it. For this one time, I'll allow it at the DM. If you really wanted to on this one,
That's a 12 plus 7 is 19. I think.
all right. So
I hope.
All right, so with a 19, you can actually see that this is a creature that you have seen a couple of times before, although at those times they were a half-breed. This seems to be an orcish figure. You can see that as he gets up in pain, you can see the large tusks from the green-skinned beast that he is. He has like this large spear in one hand. That he is now only, he had it in two hands, but he's now only grasping it in one hand as he reaching out to his in pain foot. What you can also see is that the cape that he is wearing seems to be made from pine needles, which makes him like nicely blend in with his environment. And you can also see that his spear itself is actually made out of a piece of wood, then a pine cone, and then a sharpened piece of stone, with also like around the pine cone these pine needles to adorn it even further. However, now he's just screeching out in pain. The spear retracts to you. Back in your hand. You still have 2 actions left?
Yeah. So I raise my shield as I scream. No, I don't raise my shield. I scream. I make an intimidation check. I scream. Come out, or another shall be aimed for head.
Very good.
That is a total of 15.
Total of 15.
A natural
All right.
3 plus 12.
And with this, the luck of Grikal has officially run out. Together with the 0 points. All right, so that's your turn because you raised your shield, you threw your spear, and you
Yeah,
shouted
yeah.
out against them.
After this, I raise my shield.
All right, so at the sound of your yell, you can only hear as he tries to get away into the underbrush. So he breaks line of sight with you, and all right, you can still hear the rustling of pine needles. But after that, you have broken line of sight. You do not know where he is anymore. Next would be Iro. Iro, you ran after Grikal.
Yeah, I did.
Then at this moment, you are also entering the fray, just next to Grikal. Like, is there something you want to do?
Well, look around, see if I can find him.
Right.
I think.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Good.
So you use the seek action.
A 17.
A 17. You look around. You can hear the rustling somewhere, but sometimes it's from the left, right. You don't know. You could continue using this action if you'd like.
I will. Yeah. So second time is gonna be a 24.
24. You were looking around, and still you don't see him.
The third time?
All right. I'll give you disadvantage on this one.
Ah.
It's anti-luck.
Be lower than the...
So for players' reference who haven't played 5th edition, he has to roll twice and take the
Oh,
lowest.
sorry. Yes. Anti-luck. Basically, roll twice, take the lower one. Excuse me.
I rolled the same as Grikal with his hero points. So my lowest is a 4, which in total is 30.
All right. So with that, it seems that as you are standing there, like the forest, you are a small fellow. Like you cannot even like look over all of the shrubberies that are growing around you, let alone the trees. So as you are standing there, it seems that whatever is out there, it eludes you at this moment. Allison, you were standing there with your vial against the tree. Do you run after those guys, or do you just want to I got this?
I'm not gonna stay here on my own. So if they're running after something, I'm gonna join them. But
Well, I
I'm
mean,
like,
you heard Grikal scream.
what are you doing? What's going on? And I start seeking, and I take 2 actions to get a +2, because that's the feat I got.
Ooh, yeah, you got a feat that you can search even further. Although, I'll give you this one as a little hint. Grikal is far out, so you realize that seeking from where you are right now, next to the linden tree, will probably not work.
Wasn't
So you would
the
have to-
athletics check to get into the combat?
Yes, yeah. Oh, so you want to leave the linden tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you run up, and now you're there. Then you can use 2 actions. Yes. Sorry, I thought you were still talking from the tree where you were.
No, well, no, but
Okay.
sure.
So you leave that.
I
you leave that.
I get what you're pointing at.
You have like this one vial that's almost full, and you but you run away for now.
I'll come back to you later, baby.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I rolled a natural 1, but I'm going to use my hero point,
Hey, there we go.
which is a natural 16 for, in total, a 30.
A 30. All right. And with that, you can see him, whatever it is, because you didn't even see anything, but you can hear rustling of leaves approximately over there-ish.
Okay.
You can use another action to point it out. That is something you can do in this game.
Sure, I'll do that.
All right. So you basically use your third
I'm
action.
not sure what you're hunting, but it's over there.
All right. Now, at the beginning of your turn, Grikal, you know where it is, or at least you know which square it is in, basically.
Wait. I immediately. Let's see. So how many squares away would that be? How many feet?
Right now, he used 2 of his actions to actually get away. So that would be you were just in range. So now, you would have to use 2 move actions to get in range again.
Okay.
Well, you could throw. Right now, he is 70 feet away from you.
70 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it is a lot of movement.
Yeah, just 25 feet.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have 20 feet range and
Yeah.
then two
Makes
move.
sense.
So that's basically the sum that I made.
Okay, so I have 20 feet speed.
You can also just throw as a Hail Mary. Like, that is something you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. No, the thing
It's
is
right
more
in front.
that at this point, I want to... Yeah, so what I'm going to do, there's a lot of undergrowth and stuff, right?
Very much, yes.
So maybe what I want to do is I'm going to use Athletic Rush to gain at least a +10 status bonus as part of a stride, and a +10 status bonus to speed, and a +2 to athletics for like a leap. So I just want to I'm just going to run after it as quickly as possible, and I'm just going to make this giant leap over the underbrush.
I'm gonna say, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
I just want to get there as quickly as possible and as scary and cool as possible. So that's a natural 9, plus 15 now, which is 24.
All right, so
Numbers.
I'll say with that, as Grukal is just like running through this forest, and all these different brushes are just like trying to stick to his arm, and just unrooted by the brute force of this dragonborn, just bulging away as a mad bull through the forest, and eventually he just makes this large leap, as he then also thumbles through a little bit of the underbrush, and then as you are still looking in the direction where Alison was pointing, you can see with this one action, you can already see this orc looking back at you like, oh shit.
Wait. So so for the watchers, my Athletic Rush, it's this power I get from my god, so he just I get even stronger and quicker. So I'm gonna need another move action to get up to him.
Yes, you'll need another move action to get in range of him, but you can already see him. That's like the bonus I gave you because you had.
Perfect. Nice. So I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use another move action to get to him.
Yep. All right. One more move action, and then you are now sweetly in range as you continue your stride with your spear in hand, and now you can just like attack him if you'd like.
I drop the spear as I run up to him, and I use athletics to grab him.
There you go.
Very good. All right.
We are learning.
Yeah, definitely. But also, if he's going to keep running, I'm not going to be able to catch up. Like, the Athletic Rush is a one-time thing. So that's against his Fortitude DC, I believe.
Very good.
A great tackle, indeed.
And that is, a natural 17 for a total of 30.
So
if it's critical,
that's a critical success. Yeah.
So he can't. Basically, I think he loses his turn or something. I don't know what happens. Let me check that. No, he's not just. I think he loses at least an action or something. I'm gonna look it up. I'll get right back
You
to
should
you.
grapple him, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to grapple him. All right. So for flavor's sake, or are you're looking up right now?
Yeah. I'll get to that in
Critical
a second.
success, your opponent is restrained until the end of your next turn unless you move or your opponent escapes. So it's restrained.
So you have him double grappled, not only immobilized, but he's also like he's having difficulty doing anything.
Yeah.
So he's not only his speed is 0, he has also difficulty with doing anything.
Yeah. You're tied up and can barely move, or a creature has you pinned. You have the flat-footed and immobilized conditions, and you can't use any actions with the attack or manipulate trait except to attempt to escape or force open your bond.
You basically cannot do anything to attack me.
So for flavor's sake, as you run up, you throw your spear as a feint maneuver just in the ground next to him as he like darts out of the way a little bit, but too late as you now just leap on top of him as you roll 2 times to the forest and then just pin him to the ground, his spear a little bit further into the dirt as your companions now also run up to you as he is just standing there. As you can see that this orc figure that you have pinned to the ground has a little bit of a bosom and a little bit thinner than normal orcs, as it seems that you are now pinning an orc woman to the ground. As in broken common she speaks, "Who are you?" Which is where we will end today's session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I am Iron Man. Sorry.
So yeah, neato,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah. We
So-
we captured we captured an female orc. Like,
Mhm.
why did we do this again? She was just looking at us, right?
No.
I'm
She
drinking,
was
Abe, I'm
sneaking
drinking.
up on you in the bushes. Like,
Ah.
I don't know, man. I figure Gurkal just thought it was a predator, or we've had someone watching us from the shadows and forests before, so I'm not taking any risks.
Fair enough.
I see something there.
Allison's very happy that you're at least not instantly killing it.
But
Well,
also-
food is better, if you take the time to.
Look, I'm just glad that you guys got a lot of answers this session. Like this is one of the
We did.
like this is the first time you've been in civilization or something like that for 2 weeks now. So I guess that probably like the downtime and just like a good night and a good night of partying was also very overdue for all of you. But yeah, Iroh knows where Dagwood is, or at least what happened with him. You
Yeah.
guys at least know that the two warring factions seem to hail from the two planes, or something like that. You have a talisman with some writing on it that you need to, well, not need to, but which you can find someone to translate for you in Shadowspeak,
Mhm.
which is very nifty. And now the travelers are continuing on to Quenya to meet up with Violora Moran and see if the Cerulean Circle can pay them once again for their endeavors
Yeah.
to find the
I
magic.
don't like the fact that Grothy just told us, oh yeah, so far Laura, she wants you to do something so she can promote, but she won't be attending. Okay. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it was kind of her quest. Like, she
Yeah,
needed to
Yeah,
order
like
a
as
group.
to promote Violora from a normal seeker to a master seeker, she must become someone who actually hires other people to do this sort of stuff while she does the upper echelon's paperwork and the more meta sort of job. So yeah, so that's what she needs you for.
Fair enough. Oh well, as long as we're getting paid, Gurkal and Ira are happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
basically-
Allison likes to contact with the Cerulean Circle.
Well, I mean, the payment isn't that important to me. Just like killing cool stuff. That's the thing that drives me.
Eve, she is not a politician. She is basically a young woman trying to make a name for herself within a large organization
Of old men.
of old farts. And she has a trouble time to do so, so she is enlisting the help of these ragtag group of adventurers to make her do so.
That's what she said.
I'm sorry.
Politician indeed.
She would be a fan of the phrase "Don't hate the player, hate the game," because she does. She hates that she needs to play this game to get higher up.
Aw, she's like Leslie Knope in a more violent and magical way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish we could be her Ron Swanson. Because
I-
I actually had tickets for Nick Offerman next
sweet.
month. But
I feel like I'm the Andy in this situation. I'm afraid.
I feel like I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not that cultured.
I don't know which character you played, but I'm definitely Ben Schwartz.
Cute.
Maybe I should regain some culture.
Yeah. You have the time now.
They are making a special episode now.
would it be called in this
because
world?
Corona.
In this world, would it be called Hovels and Revelry?
Hovels and Revelry, or Mystical Forests and Ancient Gardens.
What series are we talking about? Because
Parks
I'm
and
missing
Rec.
out.
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
It's made by the same people, I think, as The Office and a host of other comedy shows. But it's a very popular and it's a really fun show. I'm actually it's my daily watch right now. I think.
Okay.
So,
Send
join
it
us
through.
next week.
Maybe I'll watch.
Join us next
want
week
to
when
watch
we-
it, but it's not on Netflix or anything.
Join us next week when we talk more about stupid shows that people are watching without actually doing anything Pathfinder 2nd Edition related.
You know what show you should watch? A Tale of Dice
Until the
on
Dice,
YouTube
yeah.
or as a
You should
podcast.
come watch us on Friday. That's what you should do.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
join
us
Max,
on
me,
Friday.
and join Max, me, and whoever is trying to watch us on Friday when we do some other ragtag adventures like video games,
Yeah.
all fantasy related, of course. Or next
Yeah.
Sunday when we continue this beautiful endeavor. Next to that, I, as a beautiful DM, have another announcement to do. Namely, in this time of Corona, we have had a beautiful growth to a couple of people that are supporting us, either via Patreon or by subscribing to our channel. And because of that, I wanted to do something where I get your input by, well, now it's not really a spoiler anymore because our heroes already found out. A character in either the Feywild faction or the Shadowfell faction that we will then use in our adventures. Not going to spoil too much, but I wanted to ask that basically anyone who is either subscribed to this channel or a Patreon of us with a small cheat, because Joyce, who has been a Patreon patron of ours for a long time, will also be invited because I don't want to leave her out. I will invite all of you to join me sometime. We'll figure out the time and details later, to help me build this character that you guys will be able to put into the world for our heroes to enjoy.
Nice.
I wanted to give everybody a chance to get in on this. So if you want to subscribe, like during this week, next Sunday I will get a list together of everybody that's either a Patreon or a subscriber to our Twitch channel, and I'll reach out to all of you to set this up if you so like. So yeah,
Nice.
and so that's something I would like to do, and you can bet your ass that if this goes well, we'll keep it up, because one of the tenets that we would like to do is like crowd interaction and that sort of stuff. So yeah. Sorry, viewer interaction. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, so basically that. So if you're not subscribed or a patron of ours yet, please do so somewhere during the week, and we'll have a nice little digital meetup because of Corona, and build some beautiful fantasy thingies for the world to enjoy.
Sounds awesome.
All right.
I'm looking forward to be killed by the creature you're.
Yeah, that too.
I'm looking forward to at least eventually introduce it, and then like the chat will go like, "Oh my god, that's
Well, I mean, so my question at first was, would it be edible? But I mean, Hannah's from the Feywild, and I'm pretty sure she's edible, so we'll be good.
Let me tell you this: edible, yes; nutritious, maybe. Like
But delicious.
You will be able to chew on it and swallow it. Like that.
But will it be delicious? That's the other question.
Who knows?
It's from our viewers. Of course, it's delicious. What are you talking about?
Oh god. So
Okay.
So,
I think
if you want to get
we
in
had
on
a good
that,
session.
become a patron or a subscriber to Twitch, and we hope to see you all on our Friday stream and on our Sunday stream.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, etc., because people are putting a lot of effort into making those channels a reality as well. So please do communicate with us. We like it.
And don't
We
run
like to talk
attention.
to you.
Everywhere it's just a Tale of Dice.
Yeah. So
and
we'd
go
love
to a
see you
Podchaser website.
if you want to listen to us as a
Yeah, and if you want to give
podcast,
us
I
a
guess.
review or something.
Okay, we're asking for too much right now. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all for watching, like a lot. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see you either Friday or Sunday or both.
Yeah,
And
thank you
have a
very
good
much.
night. Stay healthy, and see you later. Bye bye.
And Charlie, I want you to say 2 words. 2 words. Choose them wisely.
Words.
You can choose. He said
That's it.
2 words. Good night.
That's it. Goodbye, guys.